Okay, let's start with fluid kinematics. Okay, so like in thermodynamics, there are two approach to study fluid kinematics. First approach is Lagrangian approach, in which the individual particles are considered. Okay, like in microscopic approach in thermodynamics. Okay, and second one is Eulerian's. Okay, so Eulerian's approach is there, in which the motion of particles in the control volume are considered. Okay, now we will deal with steady flow, uniform flow, incompressible flow, and irrotational flow. So a steady flow, as you know, that the flow is not changing with time. Uniform flow means at every point the velocity is same. Okay, means with respect to distance the flow is constant. Okay, incompressible flow means density is constant, and irrotational flow means there is no any rotational component of the velocity. Okay, so angular velocity omega is equal to 0. Okay, so irrotational flow omega is equal to 0. Omega is irrotational velocity. Okay, don't confuse it with w. It's not w, it's omega. Okay, now let's start the main thing. So in fluid kinematics we will study first continuity equation. So continuity equation is volumetric flow rate is constant, which means area into velocity is constant. Okay, in any cross section the product of area into velocity is constant. Okay, so if you are having a density constant, means mass flow rate is constant, so rho ev is equal to constant. Okay, for incompressible fluid. Okay, now generalized equation of continuity, because continuity equation has been derived from mass conservation only. Okay, so rho ev term was there, that mass flow rate was constant. So in if you remove the density term you will have only flow rate, so volume flow rate is equal to constant is the continuity equation. Now the generalized equation of continuity is dou of rho into u v w are the components of velocity in x y z direction. Okay, respectively, and t is the time and rho is the density. So partial differentiation of product of density into component of velocity in x direction with respect to x. Similarly, density into component of velocity in y direction with respect to y, and partial differentiation of density into w means the component of velocity in the z direction with respect to z, and density with respect to time is equal to 0. Okay, all are the partial differentiation. Okay, so this is the generalized equation of continuity, whether it's a incompressible flow, compressible flow, a steady flow, uniform flow, non-uniform flow, any type of flow would be there, this equation can be applied. Okay, so this is the generalized equation of continuity. Okay, now in polar coordinates we have this equation. Okay, same things but in polar coordinates. Okay, so here Vr is the radial velocity, which means change in radius with respect to time. V theta is the linear or tangential velocity. R omega, R is the radius, omega is the angular velocity, which is angular velocity is also equal to change of angular distance, means d theta, change of theta with respect to time. Okay, so this is the circular motion that you can see, that this is the angular velocity, this is the v theta, means the linear velocity or tangential velocity, and Vr is the radial velocity. Okay, so in polar coordinates the generalized equation of continuity is this. Okay, Now study an incompressible flow. Okay, the term that we have seen here, okay, it's here d of rho into, it's not omega, it's w. Okay, means the y component of velocity. Okay, so don't confuse with omega, it's not omega, it's w. V theta is equal to r into omega. Okay, this is omega, this red one is the omega, here it's w. W means by z component of the velocity. Okay, z component of the velocity. Now study an incompressible flow. Okay, the same equation, the generalized equation. So we write the generalized equation once again. So it's a steady flow, means the change in time term is zero, and incompressible flow means density is also constant. Okay, so you take out the density terms, we are remained only this, because density is constant, so it gets out of the differentiation. So we get only partial differentiation terms with respect to the velocity. Okay, so dou of u with respect to x, dou of v with respect to y, and dou of w with respect to z. Okay, u, v, w are x, y, z components of velocity. Okay, so this is called divergence of v is equal to 0. Okay, this is delta function. Delta function means dou of x I, dou plus dou of y I j, and dou of z k. Okay, and this is dot product. Okay, similarly for a study and compressible flow, incompressible flow, density is not constant, so we cannot take the density out of it. So divergence of product of density into velocity is equal to 0. Okay, now v is ui plus vj plus wk. Okay, w is u is the component of velocity in x direction, v is the component of velocity in y direction, and w is the component of velocity in z direction. Okay, now vorticity or rotational component of velocity. Okay, because we will be dealing with rotational and irrotational flow. So in rotational flow we will have a angular velocity. So angular velocity terms will be wx, wy, and wz. Okay, so these are the rotational component of velocity. Okay, omega x, omega y, and omega z. Okay, these are also called vorticity. Okay, vorticity along x, vorticity along y, vorticity along z. So this is also known as vorticity. So about x, it's half into dw by dy. W is the, along y direction, component of velocity along y direction. Along z direction, w is for z. Okay, v for y. Okay, so here we get u, v, w, x, y, z direction component velocity, and these are the partial differentiation term. Okay, so omega x is equal to half into dw by dy minus dv by dz. It's not d, partial differentiation, it's here. Okay, so now omega y is equal to half into partial differentiation of u with respect to z minus partial differentiation of w with respect to y. So similarly about z also, omega z is equal to 1 by 2 into dou v by dou x minus dou u by dou y. Okay, now rotational component of velocity. Okay, so omega is equal to omega xi plus omega yz plus omega zk. Okay, this can be represented also as a determinant. Okay, so this is the determinant. Okay, so 1 by 2 into determinant of I, j, k, dou of x, dou of y, dou of z, u, v, w. Okay, now this is known as curl. Okay, the expression of this determinant value is known as curl. Okay, so curl of v is equal to half into vorticity. Okay, same thing, curl of v is vorticity. Okay, and is equal to rate of deformation. So omega is equal to rate of deformation. Rotational flow, omega is not equal to 0. Means angular velocity term would be there if it's a rotational flow, means omega is not equal to 0, whether all the three terms are 0 or not, but still at least one term would not be 0. Okay, whether it's omega x, omega y, or omega z, any of the three would not be 0. Okay, if all three are 0, it's good, but if not, the all three are 0, still one should be present. Okay, for to be a for it to be a rotational flow. Okay, so rotational flow omega is not equal to 0. Okay, means angular velocity would be there. Now circulation. So circulation is given by this symbol. I don't know this symbol. So this is the symbol of circulation is equal to integration of v dot ds. Okay, this is dot product and ds is the distance, displacement. Okay, so uvw. Okay, so udx, vdy, and wdz. Okay, uvw are xyz components of velocity, and dx, dy, dz are displacement along xyz direction. So now irrotational flow means there is no any angular velocity, so angular velocity is equal to 0, curl is equal to 0, vorticity is equal to 0, and circulation is equal to 0. Okay, now there will be, we deal with three types of lines. Okay, so a streamline, path line, and a streak line. Okay, so first of all there is a streamline. So a streamline is the path of the fluid particles over a solid body over, so it is the path of the fluid particles. Okay, which is, now the fluid is flowing over a solid body, so the path traced by the fluid particles over this solid body is known as a streamline. Okay, but the flow of the fluid at that time is without turbulence. Okay, without turbulence. Now in car design or aeroplane design or anything like of that, the designing part of the machines which are facing the resistance of fluid, so it may be a submarine also, it may be a plane also, it may be a car. Okay, so car has to face the resistance of air, submarine has to face the resistance of water, and also the aeroplane has to face the resistance of air. Okay, so streamlines are drawn for the design of these machines. Okay, so this is the contour designed to minimize the resistance to motion through a fluid. Okay, so streamlines are the contour designed to minimize the resistance to the motion of the fluid. Okay, so two definitions are here. So first of all, this is the path of a fluid particles over a solid body over which the fluid is smoothly moving without turbulence. Okay, now path line. So path line is the original path traced by the fluid particles. Okay, example is the path traced by the balloon floating in air. Okay, now a streak line. So a streak line is the curved line formed by the string of fluid particles which have passed through a certain point. Okay, example of a streak line is trail of a smoke from a chimney. Okay, so if you can say the, if you can see the a smoke coming out of the chimney, so the trail of that smoke is known as a streak line. Okay, we are mainly concerned with a streamline, so these two terms are, you have to know, but a streamline is the most important term here. Okay, so once again, a streamline is the curve which smoothly connects the velocity vectors at a certain moment. Okay, so tangent to the streamline indicates direction of the flow or direction of the velocity at that point. Okay, now a streak line is the curve which is drawn by connecting particles point in a space. Okay, and path line is the trajectory of the fluid particle Okay, so path line is the trajectory of the fluid particle because it is the original path traced by the fluid particle. Okay, so if you don't know the trajectory, so trajectory is the path traced by any projectile or an object moving under the action of forces. Okay, so even the projectile is facing the force of gravity and also the force with which the projectile has been thrown. So any object that is moving under the action of forces, the path traced by that object is known as trajectory. Okay, now a stream function, which is used for defining the streamline function, for defining the streamline. Okay, so a streamline function, partial differentiation with respect to f, x gives the direction in bi-direction. Okay, v is the bi-component of velocity. Okay, component of velocity in y direction, and partial differentiation with respect to y gives minus u. Okay, means minus of x component of velocity. Okay, means component of velocity in x direction, negative x direction. Okay, minus sign is here. So a streamline function is this gamma, or what is this? Okay, psi maybe. Now tangent to a streamline gives the direction of flow. Okay, flow across a streamline is 0. A streamline of a fixed flow is constant, and slope of a streamline is equal to v by u. V is the y direction velocity, component of velocity in y direction, and u is the component of velocity in x direction. Okay, equation of a streamline is dx by u, dy by v, and dz by w. Okay, u, v, w are components of velocity along x, y and z direction. Now streamlines never cross each other. If you draw streamlines, they will never cross each other. Okay, they are not intersecting lines. Okay, now Laplace equation of a streamline function gives means it's a irrotational flow and a possible case of flow. So Laplace equation of a streamline function we are not very concerned with. We will be concerned with the Laplace equation of potential function. Okay, so in a steady state, path line is equal to a streak line is equal to a streamline is equal to fixed, means all three lines are fixed. Okay, in a steady state. Now streamline function exists only for 2D flow. Okay, and velocity potential. Okay, this I was talking about, that we are concerned with the Laplace equation of velocity potential, because the Laplace equation of velocity potential means it's a incompressible flow and irrotational flow. So velocity potential is the function whose negative derivative gives the velocity in that direction. So minus of dou phi by dx is equal to u, minus of dou phi by dy is equal to v, and minus of dou phi by dz is equal to w. Okay, so you know u, v, w are components of velocity along x, y and z direction. Okay, its Laplace equation is dou square of phi by dou x square plus dou square of phi by dy square and dou square by phi by dz square is equal to 0. Okay, or in polar coordinates 1 by r into dou phi by r plus dou square by phi by dr square plus 1 by r square into dou phi square dou square phi by d theta square, means double differentiation has been done. Okay, so dou square terms means double differentiation. Okay, so its Laplace equation signifies the flow is incompressible and irrotational. Okay, and phi does not exist at a stagnation point, because at a stagnation point the fluid is static. The velocity is 0 at a stagnation point. So if the velocity is 0, means you cannot have velocity potential also at that point. Okay, now equipotential line and a streamline are perpendicular to each other. Okay, So equipotential lines means velocity potential function is equal to constant, and a constant streamline or a streamlines means a streamline function is equal to constant. So these equipotential line and a streamline are perpendicular to each other, means product of their slope is equal to -1. Okay, this is from the line equation that you know that slope of two perpendicular lines are is equal, the product of slope of two perpendicular line is equal to -1. So slope of equipotential line into slope of a streamline function is equal to -1. Now m1 is equal to slope of equipotential line is equal to minus u by v, and slope of a streamline function is equal to v by u. Okay, u and v are, you know. Okay, now flow net is the grade obtained by perpendicular, equipotential and streamlines. Okay, so the perpendicular lines, we were saying that these two lines are the perpendicular to each other. Equipotential line and streamline functions are perpendicular to each other. So when they are perpendicular to each other, they make a net. Okay, that is known as flow net. Okay, it's a grid made by the perpendicular, a streamline and velocity potential. Okay, so velocity potential line. Now streamline function phi exists only for 2D flow, and velocity potential function exists only for irrotational flow. Okay, velocity potential phi function phi for a source varies with distance r as ln r. Okay, so velocity potential with respect to a source varies as ln r. Okay, now a streamlined body is the body across which the flow separation is suppressed. Okay, flow, it's flow. So a streamlined body is a body across which the flow separation is suppressed. Yes, there is no flow separation across the streamlined body. Now we have Cauchy-Riemann equation. So Cauchy-Riemann equation is nothing but that's the value of u and v with respect to a streamline function and velocity potential function. Okay, so dou phi by dx is equal to dou psi by dy is equal to minus u, and dou phi by minus of dou phi by dy is equal to dou psi by dx is equal to v. Okay, u and v are x and y direction velocity components in terms of polar coordinates. So dou phi by dr is equal to dou psi by r d theta is equal to minus u, and dou phi by r d theta is equal to minus of dou psi by dou r is equal to v. Okay, u and v are components of velocity. Now velocity terms are over, so we will deal with acceleration. So acceleration is equal to ax plus ay plus az, where ax, ay and az are the components of velocity along x, y and z direction, and we have ax, ay and az as u into dou of u by dou of x, means partial differentiation of u with respect to x. Okay, so if it's x, we have the partial differentiation terms with respect of u with respect to x, y and z. Okay, and additionally with each partial differentiation that you are doing, the component of velocity along that direction has been multiplied. So along x direction, ax is equal to u into dou of u by dx plus v into dou of u by dy, and w into dou of u into dz plus dou of u with respect to time dt. Similarly, ay is equal to u into dou v by dx. Okay, partial differentiation is here. Now v into dou y by dy, and w into dv by dz and dv with respect to time. Similarly, az is equal to u into dw by dx, v into dw by dy, w into dw by dz and dw by dt. Now all these with respect to displacement terms, okay, all these terms with respect to displacements are known as convective acceleration, and all these terms, means only one term, So the last term with respect to time is known as local or temporal acceleration. Okay. So there are two types of acceleration in a fluid particle: convective acceleration and local or temporal acceleration. Okay. So you can find this convective or local acceleration. You get these values. Okay. So in the x direction you will get, in the y direction you will get, in the z direction you will get, and if you get the components of velocity, you can find the final velocity. Okay. Root under ax square plus a by a square plus az square. Okay. Now shear strain is equal to, for an example, if you are computing shear strain in the xy plane, so it's dou of u by dy plus dou of v by dx. Okay. Okay. So this is the last, because it will start again with same that I have said: Lagrangian approach, Eulerian approach, and same things that has been done in the initial. Okay. So thank you.